Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in to Anfield Road TV. I'm joined by Ricky from the 1892 Reds TV. We'll be joined by Luke from 1892 Reds TV, and obviously Spider LFC will be joining us very soon. Me and Ricky. Ricky, how are we, mates? Most importantly, how
Not
are you?
too bad. Not
Yeah,
too bad.
it's,
Excited for this weekend, Jack.
yeah, obviously Ricky is coming down. I'm going to be showing him the best of Bootle. The best of Bootle. Jamie Carragher's stomping ground anyway. And yeah, obviously it'd be good to see you, mate. And obviously showing you the quality part of Liverpool as well. Show you Goodison Park if you want. But yeah, no, it's not too bad, mate. Been busy today, mate? Or you've just been
Yeah,
cracking on?
working. I've got 2 more days and then I'm done
Good, good, good.
till the 20th, so can't complain.
Happy days, lads. Most importantly, chat as well. If you're watching on the repeat or if you're watching live as well, do always get your comments in. We don't have to stupid chat. We'll read out as many as possible. Well, I try to read all the comments out, but when chat is absolutely smashing it, and most nights, obviously I will feature every single one of your comments as well. And if you are new around here, if you want to, don't have to, even if you disagree or agree, hit that subscribe button down below. But fundamentally, as I always ask, please do head over and subscribe to everyone that is on the channel this evening. Obviously, to Ricky 1892 Reds TV. Obviously, the mods will drop the lads' channel links in the description, and they will be in the description if you are watching on the repeat. Drop over, all smashing it with all their content as well. And as you can see, we're just going to be speaking about obviously the Anfield atmosphere. I've been a couple of times this season. Obviously, I shared a season ticket. Well, they have done shared a season ticket for the last 3-4 years. Even Liverpool, and in terms of when we've been playing our best, even at our lows as well. Even going the game with my dad, well, as a youngster anyway. All right, Luke.
Right, mate.
Under Rafa, and even the games where Roy was in charge, it was up and down the Anfield atmosphere. But Luke, as I said, mate. Anfield atmosphere. Hope you're well as well too, mate. How are we?
Yeah, I'm all right. Tired. I feel under the weather the last couple of days, but I'm all right.
You've been kicking off with a load of Manchester City fans, haven't you?
Nah,
You won't get drawn into that, but you've just been winding up the City fan base. But yeah, big up Connor as well. Make Anfield a fortress once again. That's very much what we'll be speaking about tonight, mate. Big up Connor. Obviously, Cup Council obviously was on last night. Sadly, couldn't make it on tonight. Suki, how are we, mate? Absolute legends. Hope everything is well with you. All right, Scouts. Is every match played at Anfield? If only, mate. But in terms of Liverpool's current predicaments in which we do find ourselves in, it's massive. Even when Liverpool was so dominant in the 70s and 80s as well, even in the European games, we've seen the Barcelona. I love the fact that UEFA, don't you, lads? Have you seen it today? Or chat if you're not on social media? UEFA was sharing the Trent picture, the corner, the pictures of how magical Anfield atmosphere when it's on song. And that's what we'll be getting drawn into tonight anyway. It's not being the best. And the rallying cry has been, oh, Spider's ready to go. How are we doing, lad?
I'm glad, lads, yourself.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
We're just speaking about the Anfield atmosphere, and we'll get drawn into that
Okay.
as well. But chat, let us know your thoughts. If you've been to Anfield or just your general thoughts as well. You don't have to have been to Anfield. Obviously, the cameras and the microphones can very much pick up the damp atmosphere for me personally when I've been this season. And I'll ask Ricky his experience. Probably you went to the game. What game was it? A couple of weeks ago you went to?
The Wolves FA Cup game, it was.
Yeah. And we'll speak about Ricky's experience there as well. Big up level as well. All good. Yeah, that's the thing. Get it, Zuki. That's the amazing Liverpool community. My channel, but just everyone's great, and then just having a little gab as you would do in the pub or with your mates or your family as well. Trying to get the old atmosphere back for tea tonight. We've got a retro. Go ahead, Scouts. But Ricky, as I think, and that's why I've titled the show tonight, mate, just going to have a little gander. I think for Liverpool, I think fundamentally it will give the lads a lot of confidence because it's probably coincided this season with, and of course the players fundamentally have got to put a performance on in the football pitch. But for me, I feel the weeks and days to come, and most importantly against Everton Football Club, good old Rafa used to say, it's so integral that Liverpool do get to build on a strong foundation, not on the pitch, but off the field as well, in terms of the players, giving the players the most confidence possible. And I think, as we've seen at the back end of last season, the amazing 100 odds, I think it was like 300, 400, 500. We were there, Luke. And obviously the pictures beamed around all around the world. The hundreds of thousands of Liverpool fans that descended and celebrated Liverpool Football Club, the 2 trophies in which we did win. I think we can bring that festival atmosphere and obviously bring the Anfield atmosphere back to what we know it can be. Do you feel, what are your thoughts really, mate, in general on the Liverpool atmosphere? Do you feel, what are your thoughts basically?
At the minute, it's like a morgue. I mean, you can hear a penny drop. It's like a library. Every team that comes to Anfield at the minute is out singing. Liverpool fans. The game I went to it was depressing. I mean, you looked around the stadium, you're just dead. There was no enthusiasm. No one seemed up for it, and the Wolves fans were just out singing Liverpool every minute of the game. And Liverpool pride themselves on having a top atmosphere. We've heard Wenger, Mourinho in the past say it's one of the toughest grounds to go to.
Every elite manager does speak about it. Yeah.
Not when the fans are on it, but let's be realistic. I think the last season and a half, it's been bad. The travelling cop, they go to the away games week in, week out, are amazing. We see that in the away games, but the home fans is just tragic. I mean, I don't know about expanding the stadium. Maybe call it a day and expanding the stadium, because the fans you do get in there are pointless. I don't agree with fans leaving before the final whistle. I get it. People want to get out and get home, but there's other people around the world that would take that ticket to watch the 93, 94 minutes.
I've never done that. I understand, as you said there, mate, like obviously getting to your car, but and say if you pay the money to go to the game and obviously travel all that way, wherever you've travelled from, it's only, and the thing about Anfield as well, Luke, in it, as Ricky's alluded to, you could score a 95th minute winner. There's nothing better than football. Like, most importantly at Anfield as well, like if your team does score a late winner. But what's your general thoughts on the atmosphere, mate? As Ricky alluded to, the away fans this season, and I've got a couple of mates that do go to the away games, and they've said the atmosphere has been a million miles away, completely different to obviously the Anfield games this season, and obviously over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, I mean, talking of the away fans, obviously you're going to get that. The away support is magnificent. For not just for us, but for every club. Like you'll always get the travelling contingent that will sort of carry the club through, like throughout the games. I mean, over the years where I've sort of been up and down with, I've sort of watched Leyton Orient, obviously when I could afford to go sort of around the country, my local sort of team at the time. Obviously I used to go with a few of my mates just to go to away games, and even then you get a couple of hundreds of views. You just create an atmosphere. The away support for me is a bit different to a home sort of vibe. But yeah, I mean, I haven't been to Anfield this season. Obviously we went to a couple of the FA Cup games last year.
Yeah, we
fake fan.
Fake fan. I mean, considering the one who got you the Wolves ticket, but I mean, yeah, it was. I'm disappointed. I think the last game that I can remember off the top of my head, where the us as home fans really sort of stepped up, was probably Manchester City. I don't think there's been many games this season where. This is now the time where the fans really need to try and get behind the players. We know this the problems.
The most important period now. It's fair enough, and I get the notion. I said at the top of the show, the players need to do something on the pitch, but that's not what being a football fan is for me, mate. Like, it's just about getting behind, regardless of what team, whoever you support. It's about getting behind the team in its lowest point as well. It's all and good jumping on the bandwagon, and when we're all on a high as fans, as any fan. But when the team needs you the most, fundamentally, for me, mate, is when every fan around the world should very much be getting behind the Reds.
And we need to see that Monday, because Mondays. What bigger game is there at the moment for Liverpool? I mean, we've got the derby. Like Everton are going to be up for it. They had a massive win last week. They've got a new manager. They've got a bit more self-confidence about themselves. And to be fair, they're probably going into this game at the weekend thinking that they can win. I mean, we've had problems against teams that are in the bottom half of the table for a few years now, and it's not just the start of this year. But we need the fans more.
We need that came to my headset.
Yeah, we need the fans more than ever, mate. Especially we need to start Monday night. Big atmosphere at Anfield, big result. And, we're not playing well at the moment, but the fans need to do their bit now. As you said, Jack, this is definitely the time where the fans really have to sort of get behind the team.
Not just in Anfield as well, but we're on social media, mate. We've got YouTube channels. We just love doing content, speaking about the Reds and all that. But even from, as Luke's alluded to and Ricky before, mate, Spider, welcome as well. Finish off your scram.
Tasty stuff, man. I couldn't let it lie.
Yeah, we know your priorities, lad. Wait, what?
The missus got home late, so I had to hold off the scran until she was in the door. So
what did you have?
It's like this homemade kind of fake butter chicken without any of the bad stuff. So nice. We're doing that. Getting rid of some of the belly.
But yeah, and we'll get through everyone's comments. Keep on getting them in chat as well. If you are new around here, as we said, please do head over, subscribe, as Mark's already alluded to, put the lads' links in the socials as well. So please do like, share, and subscribe to all the lads' content as well. Drop a like, even if you dislike the video, you can dislike it. Sound happy days. But Spiders, the lads have alluded to, and Connor said there, probably the best atmosphere this season has been the City game. And as I said, the away fixtures for Liverpool this season, the results haven't been there, but what has been there is the amazing support up and down the country and even in Europe as well. How integral for you personally do you think to see the Anfield atmosphere, or not just the Anfield atmosphere, but just the Liverpool supporters' support in general across social media and everything? I think, and the modern day technology world we do live in, the players are only human. They, as much as everyone goes, oh, when we just switch off your phone, it's impossible for them, really, because they're very active. The modern day footballer on social media, they do see the negativity and the positivity as well in certain aspects. Spider, but what's your general thoughts?
My general thoughts is a lot of people should just shut up. I'll be honest with you. I'm call a spade a spade. We know everybody's worried about where the team is going and all of that, but we know that the backing of Klopp is come down to the owners. We get that now, but people have to understand as well. These boys gave their sweat, blood, and tears for the last few seasons for us. So if they're knackered this season, I mean, what we do is just turn on and spike. Like the turnovers was 3 weeks or less than 3 weeks between the end of last season and this season after playing the most games in history.
Yeah, I think the fixtures pick up. I think it's after this week, after the Everton game. I think it goes to back to the regular schedule of being a game every 3-4 days. So.
I think we're better when we're playing a game every 3 days anyway. But even at that, you could just see the City game at the start of the season for the Charity Shield or the Community Shield or whatever it was. You could see that we were up for it, but you could also see that as much as we were up for it, we weren't as quick on the ball as we normally were. But City were only after playing one pre-season game at that stage. So, with they almost had as long a season as us in most competitions, except for with the extra 7 or 8 games. But they took the time out and took that extra 2 weeks to rest and relax, and then come in. They played one pre-season game. Now they're still showing themselves as being a bit jaded, but I think the teams that were playing in most of the competitions last season are the ones that are falling in for it this season. Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. They played throughout most of the competition. I mean, Chelsea only played, is it one game less than us? 1 or 2 games less than us, and you can see that they've not been at it this season either. Like, you know, with regards the atmosphere at Anfield, I unfortunately haven't been there since just before the pandemic. It was literally there about 2 games before the pandemic hit, and I haven't been able to get back there because we've got a backlog here between the lads that buy the tickets.
Yeah, I went the Athletic went to a game as well.
I used to go every 3 or 4 weeks, man. Every 3 or 4 weeks, and and plus having a new baby as well. But I like going over there. I'm hoping to get over there at least 2 times before the end of the season, which is not a lot for normal for me. But I'm enjoying this kind of social media side of stuff as well now these days. So I'm kind of enjoying watching it along with other people and doing the social media side of stuff. But it does nothing like being at the game either. So it's integral for the fans to be behind the players. And just remember, you're behind the players that gave you everything for the last few seasons. Whether some of them are finished, whether they're gone, that's not down to the players. That's not down to Klopp. It's down to the recruitment side of things. It's down to the sports director for not pushing for more money. It's down to FSG for not backing him for it. It's down to whomever else is there. If Klopp turns around and said that he had a part in it to say that he didn't want to buy any more players or whatever, sometimes he can put his own foot in it because maybe he's just trying to protect the club and the players. But in the back of his mind, you could see in some of his comments recently that he's letting the cat slip out of the bag a little bit, where he's kind of saying that, no, there's no money, no funds there. I wish there was funds there. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. So you can tell that that's what the needs are, but he also understands the position that the club are in being sold. But outside of that, this is the derby coming up on Monday night. You know?
Like if the crowd can't get up for it, like, and the people on social media can't get behind it.
If the crowd can get up, for it when Jimmy Traore is playing in the team and somebody else was playing the team, Salif Joe was playing the team back in the day, you know, and you know what's his name, Alberto Aquilani was in the team back in the day. Surely they'll get up for one of the best teams in history, just having a bit of a dip. Come on, lads.
I just see. My father-in-law gave me this message yesterday with Ricky's seen it. I think about like Spider was talking about the amount of games that are played, and obviously Liverpool have played a lot. I just see here in the last 2 seasons, Liverpool have played 117 games. Wow. Chelsea have played 122, and then the highest European team, apart from anyone in England, apart from say City or whatever, is Real Madrid. They've played 92. Jeez. So, like in the space, we've played an extra 30 games
per season, probably as well.
That's over two seasons. That's over every competition.
The Chelsea one was the Europa League season, was it?
They had Europa League. They had the Club World Cup as well. Yeah. You know, but I mean, with us, obviously, last year we played every game possible.
And they've been heavily depleted with injuries as well. That's probably coincided with Kante. He's looks like similar with certain midfielders in our team. Look like he's absolutely finished. And I
think most of social media just need to get a bag of cop on, to be honest with you. You know, and just realize it's football. You know, and they're all like, oh, they're millions. They're £1 million players and they play this and that. Man, I was fit as a fiddle in the military. I used to run every morning, afternoon and night. And I would still wake up every 3 weeks and not be able to barely lift my head off a pillow, dude. So no matter how much they're paid, no matter how fit they are, if you get a mental fatigue or hit a mental wall, you're done. Yeah, you're done for a while, you know?
We get to everyone's comments as well. Keep on getting them in. Let us know your thoughts. Most importantly, everyone. We're intrigued to see what you think. And as I said, if you haven't...
Hello, chap, anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Well, Level said if we slip into the relegation zone, we may see good atmosphere. Unfortunately, I can't see the atmosphere being great for the rest of the campaign if we're languishing around mid-table as well. I think it's up to people going the ground as well, and even everyone going this season, regardless of whatever happens this season, whether you're on social media, going a game or whatnot, traveling around the country. If you're there or if you just get behind them, like it's part and parcel of being a football fan for me. Like, be there when we're on our highs, as the lads have said, be there when we're in our lows as well. But at the end of the day, you can only focus. Even when I've been going over the last couple of seasons as well, it's the fact that we pick and choose. I understand early kickoffs, they're the worst. Like, if anyone's ever been, or if you've all watched it around the world, the 12:30 kickoffs early morning and an absolute disgrace. Like that, all the players are half asleep. Probably a medical. I think obviously getting up early doesn't help, but as I said, I wish we could figure out how to actually win those games. But big up Planov as well. Do you see many miles the Everton midfielders ran against Arsenal were in trouble? Aaron, I was speaking to Ricky and Luke this week, and we spoke about probably their midfield on paper going into this game is probably better than Liverpool's, and in terms of their athleticism, the run statistics as well. You've got Onana, Decore, big physical presences in that midfield, and Everton have got legs compared to Liverpool in recent weeks. But big up there, Aaron. The statistics there are to be seen, and we'll speak about, obviously, we'll be getting Tom on hopefully this weekend if he's free, obviously with the Everton perspective. That should be fun. Always is with Tom. But big up John as well. Hope you're well, mate. Good to see you in the chat as always, mate. Thank you for popping in. And most importantly, hope you're well too as well, fella. Aaron, how are we doing, mate? Hope you had a good week. And everyone, it's good to see a couple of new faces in here as well, as always. But chat, just let us know. Just reading through. But yeah, go ahead. Everyone enjoying it. Speaking of new and old faces, Aaron, how are we? I've turned to cricket. I have Liverpool done to me. Big up. I love cricket myself. I love 2020.
At least you'd be happy with the high scoring games in cricket compared to football.
Yeah. But big up there, Aaron. You know how to City Cup, but if you're not aware, hopefully I'll get it on to, mate. As I said, I really do appreciate you tuning in, mate, as always. You're always welcome on the channel, as always, mate. But what do I quickly go around the pods? Ricky, for you, what needs to change fundamentally from a perspective as us as every Liverpool fan around the world? How do you feel? And I think we've seen obviously Spirit Shankly and a lot of the supporter groups in and around Liverpool, especially on social media as well, telling the fans to bring your scarves, bring your flags as well. And obviously on my thumbnail, there was that great image when you go to Anfield. There's nothing like it in the Premier League. A bit kind of, is it Luke in Palace? They have their kind of section of their fan base as well. I like. I've never been to a Palace away, but
their fan base is incredible.
Yeah,
like they're home. They're home. I had a friend I worked with for about 6 months, and this is when they were in the Championship, and it was a cold Boxing Day afternoon. It was snowing, freezing cold, and he said, "Come to Crystal Palace versus Bolton." And I'll always remember it was a 0-0 draw, and Jay Spearing played in midfield for Bolton. That's how long ago it was. But the fans for 95 minutes were unbelievable, like behind the goal. I mean, they had Zaha on one side, Balassi on the other. Like they were probing the whole game, but like there was times during the game where it died out. But like the fan base was just incredible, mate. It was just it was just a difference about the obviously the loyalty, but also the passion and the desire that a fan, in my opinion, should really show when they're at a stadium to try and get behind their team. And as I said before, that's what we need on Monday night, especially.
Yeah, and like when I've gone as well, boys, as well, like, and even if you are going for the first match or whatever in the next couple of weeks or months or whatever, it's like even when I've sung, like even in the Kenny stand as well, it's usually where I do sit with the season ticket with me and Sean. Like people look at it like you got two heads half the time, and like obviously if you're in the cup, you're expected to sing in the cup, even if you don't know the words. I'd be made up with it. Not that I'm enjoying more as a supporter in the stand as listening, just people just giving it beans or just trying to, just even if you don't know the words, just give it a go. And I'm hoping it could be a potential turning point. But Ricky, as I said, what for you makes the atmosphere better potentially for Liverpool this season?
When you win it.
Don't turn up, they might win.
Yeah.
Well, without getting rid of FSG, I think there'd be a party in the stands if FSG win, mate. But other than that, I mean,
jokes aside, sorry to interrupt. Jokes aside, do you genuinely think there's a part of the fan base? I mean, don't get me wrong, the atmosphere is not good enough in any way, but do you think a part of the fan base has sort of been depleted a bit because of all these issues around FSG? Do you reckon there's some fans that just they've got sort of? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like some of the fan base is a bit more the morale has gone down because of the ownership problems at the moment.
No, because Liverpool's fan base is fighting between itself. So there's 4 sections of Liverpool fan base. You've got the social media fan base, You've got the go to the ground fan base. You've got the people that live in Liverpool fan base, and you've got the people that live around the world in different parts that support Liverpool. And at the minute, you've got the social media fan base is on another level with
Top
wanting to
Reds.
fight- yeah, wanting to fight everyone. I
Beat me
mean,
to it.
you've got like
You're a top
somebody-
red, Ricky. I don't know what you're on about, lad.
Mate,
You
you
gotta
got-
chat.
He is the
You gotta
biggest
chat.
top red going. Do you know what I mean? Take that mask off.
But then you've got if it's like Liverpool fans. If you're not born in Liverpool or go week in week out to the stadium, you can't have an opinion on Liverpool football though, because
That's
it don't matter.
incorrect. Massively.
It's not
incorrect.
You've seen it on social
Massively.
media.
Yeah,
you've
but
seen
social
it-
media
We'll
is
play
not
Call
the-
of Duty at night, and we'll hear people in
Listen,
game chat, and they'll be
No,
like,
no,
"Oh, you're not
it's-
from Liverpool.
it's
How
not-
can you be
Yeah.
a Liverpool?" Yeah,
When I've
you're
gone to
using
Liverpool-
social media as a barometer of Liverpool's fan base. It's
100%. When I've gone to Liverpool, they're the most welcoming people I've ever met in my
Yeah,
life.
right, and you'll come down. You're coming down this weekend.
I think what you got there is a mixture between the social media top Reds, who's also a scouser but never goes to the game. That's what you've met there. So you just, oh yeah, I live in Liverpool, so I can just be. This is my
Mate,
up over you. Yeah.
Liverpool's the
Liverpool fan I
most
speak
one of
to
the
on
most
social media-
welcoming cities in the world, mate. And
100%.
and you'll find that this
100%.
weekend as well. Everyone will
Yeah,
be so
100%.
pleasant.
Every
and
time
they'll
I've gone,
help anyone. But
every time I've gone, mate, it's been welcoming. But you've
half
got
of
the
these people
on-
probably on Twitter, mate. They're not even probably Liverpool fans. They're probably City fans that
It's-
switch accounts.
got a
Put an
profile
Abbey
picture as
of
the
like,
background,
put a
like, you know, of a
profile
player.
picture as like
the one for me on social media is a Liverpool fan. You can't have an opinion because you're not from here, and I've been a season ticket holder since before Jesus Christ was fucking born. You've got them people on social media. I go week in, week out. I've had a season ticket since we used to wear the blue colour jersey. Like, I mean, it's just it's mad in a minute, but you're not gonna get you're never gonna get a jointed fan base, are you?
The thing that I don't like as well, and as I said, we're present on social media. We've got channels. I want Liverpool, and this comes back to what we're talking about tonight. I wish we could all just be one family. We all love Liverpool Football Club. This is why I done my channel. I didn't expect anyone to watch 4 or 5 years ago. I was just talking about footy, didn't think too much of it, and I'll continue. Just sit down, have a pint with chat as well, and people that I've had on the channel. I've been on their channels as well. And of course, people will have different opinions and raging, but that sounds that's life. And I know all 4 of us aren't going to get a cop on if we have different opinions of someone else. But it's I just wish we'd all come together. Really, we all support the same team. Yes, people have different viewpoints on the club or management and all that. But as I said, it's what Liverpool is a city, Liverpool is a football club, has the best to offer, really. There's togetherness. And when Liverpool, the whole of Liverpool, every ounce of every department of Liverpool Football Club is together, that's when I think we've seen the best results, fundamentally, for me, mate. But I'm getting absolutely ripped in the chat. Because supposedly I've dyed my hair green. It's my dodgy lighting, so apologies, chat. So
matches your shirt.
even the shirt. I mean, look at the
shirt. Look,
You tweaked the green screen, didn't you? So that the green shirt would work, and then it made all your hair green.
There's even like a line on these, like the bottom of his arm, sort of thing, and then
Right,
you've
no,
got
that's
like his head, like the side of the headphones. You've got the back of the chair.
It's the Premier League are trying to push a greener, more stable Premier League, aren't they? So I'm just.
They've already started, haven't they?
Yeah, supposedly.
Jack's a closet Irish fan. He's a closet Irish fan.
The Irish dude's coming out, like the Irish ancestry coming out.
But that's the thing about that, man. Opinions is only onions with a P. You know what I mean? It's just that's the. A lot of people just have opinions, and they just have their own opinions online. Not one of them matter. Like none of them, none of the opinions matter. The club is going to do what they're going to do. Klopp is going to do what he's going to do. They're not watching any of that. But at the end of the day, all opinions do is get you into arguments with other people, and that's all they do. And I mean, everybody can have an opinion. That's the one thing I hate about modern day society. We all have an opinion. We're allowed an opinion. Not if you're thick. You know, that's my point. I get to a point where they're going to go, well, you've had enough opinions now. You know that we're taking away that P from you. I know they're just onions. You know that's it's just a bag full of it's just madness, man. So when you get to a point where the same person's repeating the same bull all the time, just get them blocked in. Get them blocked in.
Jose, far from elite, mate. This is probably the worst panel you'll see it on YouTube. It's all good. It depends who you ask.
Who's the biggest top red out of all four of us?
I'd say Ricky. Yeah. Judging from Ricky's presence on social media,
I reckon it's Jack because he's
Jack
one of the.
Sleeps.
Jackson a lot more of the fan bases, as Rick said. He's the social media.
It's all right. I got the
living in
FSG
Liverpool
pajamas on, supposedly.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I was about to say. You got your FSG pajamas on. I bet you got John Emery's suit in your wardrobe. But you look like you daily. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, that's why he didn't do me for copyright on the naming of Liverpool FC. He allowed Anfield Road TV, so there you go. But big up, Jose. Good to see you in the chat as always, mate. One of the OGs. Hope you're well, mate, and everyone keep on. Just obviously, we're just speaking about Anfield atmosphere. What for you as a fan, everyone? If you are watching on repeat, just let us know if you've been in the ground or just general listening or wherever you're watching, where you go to the. Obviously, it's amazing, the amazing Liverpool fan base around the world. You've got fans waking up at 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning and then going to work. It's amazing. It's how much Liverpool means to every single one of us as well. It's wouldn't change it for the world, but big up. Jose always says it, Conor McGregor. But
they're doing nothing.
Yeah, like Liverpool's midfield, we do nothing. Hopefully, we do something on Monday. And St. Patrick's Day is until next month, Jack. I know, sorry, chat.
March 17th, isn't it?
Yeah. When is it?
March 17th?
17th, yeah.
I can't remember when St. David was it?
How would I know?
Yeah, that was good.
What's that?
Paddy's Day.
Paddy's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're in America, Patty's Day.
I know Paddy's Day and St. Andrew's Day is actually my birthday, but St. David's Day, I
big old babies.
And St. George's Day either as well. Was it? Is it 23rd? I can't remember.
Yeah, but big old babies as well. I feel for part of the problem. I say it's the thing. We just got to get behind the Reds. As I said. Big up, Brian. Even if you're watching at home, sing. Even if you get a noise complaint from your neighbour, Sodom, probably a Manchester United fan.
City fan.
Yeah, I was Vicky. I mean, Cheshire hardly got to a game, but parents are big Liverpool fans. Dads, that's the thing, isn't it? And that's probably going to be that's an idea for a show. Why? Well, I'm doing a documentary for uni anyway, so and I probably will ask to I'm getting the lads involved, getting Spider involved, and potentially there will be a lot more information on that because I'm doing a little 20-minute documentary on why you support Liverpool as well. That'll be coming out very soon on the channel once it's all done. Because, as I said, it's interesting stories why people do support Liverpool, whether it's your dad or it could be your brother, your sister, or whoever got you affiliated.
You'd be surprised the reason I support Liverpool.
You'd be surprised at the reason I supported Liverpool. I'm happy to tell you if you want.
Save that for the documentary. Save that for your channel as well. But it'd be good. But yeah, love Liverpool better as well. We all just want the club to be successful, really. 100% there, Jose. Yeah, it's amazing, LJ. And obviously, when we done the African Cup of Nations as well, obviously when we done the Salah Mane final, that was probably one of my most, I think it is my most successful video I've had on YouTube. Yeah, it's amazing, the community of football fans around the world as well. Fans who are not from Liverpool just feel as much attached to a club than locals, even if they only go to 2 to 3 games.
I always say this thing as well to the people that Luke is on about as well, you know. It's like you have to understand the amount of Irish fans, especially lads that I know over here, that go over every single week. So you're talking about them getting up the day before at 6 o'clock, traveling over, waiting a whole day, booking the places, you know, getting in there, getting their tickets, making sure they get the right match tickets, make sure none of them are getting scammed. We're lucky that most of the lads have their own little group of tickets that they've had for years. But other Reds from over here do that. There's a lot to it, like, but some people just don't get it, you know.
But it's even like the season ticket waiting issue. Like I could have 2 lifetimes before I get anywhere on that list.
I was on that list, and then I got told 2 years before I was meant to get something that I was being pushed back because they were changing it to just L4, and I was gutted. Yeah,
I'm open, and I was speaking to the lads before we go on air tonight. It will be interesting with the adaptation, because you see, I don't know if you follow the Boss Nights, Jazz, or if you ever get tickets, try and go to them if you're in and down Liverpool or whatnot. Obviously, Jamie Webster one's amazing. I love it. But they do like kids Boss Nights, and it's amazing to see the young Reds. Even not just in Liverpool, but they do the Boss Nights from in Australia. I think Jamie and the lads go around the world in terms of promoting it in Norway and everywhere. So it's just amazing. I'm hoping, as I said, bring it back to my points in terms of hopefully there is ideally it used to be the cup, used to be the loudest stand, but if it needs to be, obviously with the new added seats, potentially do what you do in Germany to certain sections of the stands or certain sections of the. If people want to sing, put them in one section. If they don't want to sing, then sounds like I get. Obviously, if you're a bit older, I know if I'm still going to games when I'm 80, you never know. But hopefully, I am. If you get there, that's the most important thing. I get if you're a certain age or if you're whatever, but you might not want to come. You just want to come and watch the game. Fair enough. That sounds. But hopefully with the new added stands, obviously with the new seat standing, obviously with the integration of the new stands, there's a lot of standing seats in the COP as well now, which is interesting to see. Hopefully that adds to a bit more of the atmosphere, but time will tell. Time would be the biggest teller. To reach top red status, you have to be over 40. Then
Rick's close.
Yeah, you're not that Spider top red.
Jesus.
top red.
There we go. I hate the word top red. It does me head in anyway.
I'm not close to 40 yet, lads.
You're not that far off. Are you sure?
6 years.
You've aged that much watching the Reds this season.
Actually, no. Hold on. What's the date today? I'll make it a bit better for you, Rick. 6 years and 9 days. I'll make it a bit better for you.
6 years, 9 days till I'm 40, mate.
Yeah, but we'll get to Ant's point as well. Obviously, my good mate Ant, obviously, he's obviously a Leicester City fan. When it went on the 30, it was very quiet. I've been every Leicester game this season, and it's genuinely bottom half, not even trying to mock it as well. It's probably not just Liverpool, mate, even it's the Premier League, ideally, and you've even seen with certain stadiums blasting music. In these new stadiums, it's part of the experience. I know people have been saying about Liverpool, but the speaker volume, people do mess about Manchester City blasting the atmosphere and all that, but it's sad, really, Anthony. But it's probably something. Would you say, Spider, that the Premier League, and not just Premier League, but the not just Liverpool, but a lot of clubs in general need to very much look at fundamentally, because it's part of the package of the Premier League, to say.
Well, the majority of that problem is corporate seats. They're giving it to people that don't know the songs. Watch Liverpool from afar, they hear the chanting on TV from, let's say China and all of these places. That's where most of the corporate tickets go to, and then they come over and they just sit there in the atmosphere and talk, but they don't want to see. Some of them do, some of them really get into it, but when you've got so many from so many travel agents sitting in the same place, which is probably the Kenny Dalglish stand where you get a lot of them over that side.
You are probably bigger supporter than most of the people in Liverpool as well. So never let anyone say that. We'll carry on there as well.
No problem. But yeah, so that's happening an awful lot with the corporate seats. For me, when I always thought of corporate tickets, I always thought of them in boxes, for years. And any stadium went to was like, oh, you're the corporate seats, you're inside in the boxes, so you're in the quiet behind the glass or all of that, and everybody else outside was everybody that sang. It's not that way anymore. You got the corporate seats for the upper tier corporates, and now you got corporate seats that are taking over the majority of some stands. With regards people that don't want to hear singing and stuff like that, atmosphere will die if you just keep the singing in one section and another section. You need to spread them out around the place, and just to create a cauldron of some sort, and then have one big giant main stand if you have to. That sings away. I don't know. When these people, I know of a dude that's been going to the games all the time. He's not from Liverpool himself, but he goes every week home and away to the games. And he got banned from the stadium for 4 months because he was waving a flag, and this man just kept coming up and tried to drag him down, and to say I can't see.
What part of the stand was
Oh,
it?
he was in the cop.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So this fella was sitting 2 seats behind him, and the cop complaining with his wife that he couldn't get the atmosphere and he couldn't see the thing because the flag was waving in his face. And he was
Did
like,
he
"But
take
we
that
have
flag
to-"
in through? Because I know it's a Spain cop. Obviously, I follow them on Instagram. They're massive in terms of the atmosphere. They do quite a lot of the flags as well. But get back to that in one sec, mate. But Ricky and Luke, massive thank you very much for jumping on, boys. Just shout out obviously the show and obviously your channel and that way. Luke, if you want, or Ricky,
Yeah, no, obviously, guys, you know us, 1892 Res TV. We've just done our preview for the Everton game on Monday, and yeah, I mean, keep obviously smashing the like button on this video. And Jack, we'll see you obviously at the weekend.
Ricky, give us a smile, please, will you, lad?
I'm staying on, mate. I ain't going nowhere, mate.
He's happy to give you another 10. He wants to.
Go ahead,
he wants to enhance his sort of level as a top red. You know.
Yeah, I need to take in the bottom red experiences, so I need to stay on for a bit longer.
Lower tier.
I ain't got to go nowhere, so I'll stay on.
Yeah.
Big up, Luke.
Cheers, Jack. Guys, Spider, Rick, obviously, speak to you.
Yeah, so do, Luke. See you, buddy.
See you later.
In a bit, lad. Right. Now he's gone, lad. Right, we can talk now.
He's dirty top red.
Okay. But yeah, let's wrap through all the comments as well. As I said, panels, don't let anyone say, especially anyone can, as I was saying before.
Have you any season tickets you want to sell, Panel? I'll take it off you, buddy.
Panel's been charging 10 grand a ticket, haven't you, lads? Instead of say, but so big old Henry, hope the podcast goes well as well. But yeah, now that'll be getting done and dusted very soon, mate. Obviously, still in the pre-production planning, but it'll be getting filmed very quickly in the next couple of weeks. So, as you know, it'll be on the channel, mate. But I appreciate your support, mate. Plus, getting to the games from Ireland, the cost is crazy. Spider, is it? Obviously,
sometimes you get lucky in the thing, but do you know Ryanair are the only ones that really screw us because they know how much we travel back and forth. So it used to go from a point. I remember going back 10 years ago, you could get a flight for 30 quid over and back. I know you're looking at 300 euros minimum before you're even getting out of bed for any place. Most of the time that we were going over, it's either Cork to Manchester, and sometimes you might fly back from Liverpool, or we go Cork to Birmingham, and then we get the train up that way for about an hour and a quarter.
And even like traveling over the water as well.
Yeah.
On the,
there's a lot of people I know that take their cars over and spend 4 or 5 days there at a time, and they travel over that way, you know. And they go across in the ferry and drive. I mean, when we used to do our trips, we like besides going over just flying over and back for games, we used to do a trip where we all get in a bus and then we go from here to Dublin across on the ferry, and then we go into Wales into a place called Mold. And we'd sit there then with the driver's brother, he's originally a Scouse, like, and his son's originally Scouse. But we'd sit there and we'd do karaoke all night with the family of Stereophonics, and we'd sit there just singing away with them all night because they lived in that area more. Like they all have houses in that area, and they all just come down and sing songs like in the karaoke in the middle of this B&B in the middle of, like, I'm talking
Anfield.
Something you would see in nowhere. Like there's just there's a village somewhere down that way, but this is just flatlands with just like windmills everywhere and stuff like that. You know, it's just in the middle of Mold. But then we'd head to the games for a couple of days and then come back, and we'd head over for 2 games at that stage because we're driving. So we'd make sure to get 2 games around at home in the same week. Or sometimes if we can't do that, we'll find the next nearest stadium that we can get to go to. So yeah,
Ricky's gonna have the joy of spending it this weekend with me, and Connor was meant to be coming down as well, but I'd say he's gonna experience my cooking, but I can't cook to save my life.
Oh man, if I got a chicken, I'd fly over in the morning. Yeah.
So we'll see Luke and Ricky. Well, obviously, as Luke alluded to, we're going on the tour. Actually, see some trophies. Sorry, Evan. 95 since 1995. Sorry, Tommy, watching. On the back of that, as I said, Ricky, we won't dive too much into it, but what you're feeling behind this, as I said, there's probably a lot of trepidation, quite rightly so, from a lot of us. It's going to be an interesting battle, and that's what it's going to be, mate, isn't it? It's going to be one horrible game of football to watch, I feel, because not a lot of quality on the pitch. But what's your thoughts going into this? How do you foresee the game going on Monday night, mate?
Before Sean Dyche coming, I thought it'd be comfortable. With Sean Dyche coming in, he's got them set up very defensively well. We know he's good defensively. He took the record at Anfield, didn't he, with the Burnley team. It's going to be a scrappy game. The lads are lacking confidence. But if you can't get up for this game, you might as well call it a day and pack it in. Both teams are not playing well. And we need to be careful. How many points are we above relegation? 11. So we need to start picking up wins because you don't want it to get to a stage where it's 6 or 7 points above relegation because no one wants that. No one knows how we'll react to that. And it could become panic stations all round.
Yeah, 100%, mate, 100%. And just to bring it back to obviously atmosphere as well, I'm saying ours is obviously Leicester fan as well. Ours has gotten worse the last couple of years as well. Biggest problem is ticket pricing. Obviously alluding to what obviously it was Luke Spider and obviously Ricky were alluding to there. Prices working class fans out of the game, and the sad reality, mate. And it's become, even when you look at probably another show for another night, but when you look at if you've got a family of 4 or if you've got a couple of kids or just buying a kit in general, it's extremely expensive. And even when you're paying on top of obviously television subscriptions as well, and even when they're not even bloody televised, and that's one thing. What game was on tonight? Was the United game or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's probably on telly in Ireland or wherever it is.
No, I don't even think it's on over here.
It's ridiculous. Like, it's not even on telly tonight. I think the one game that is on tonight is the Wrexham game, chat. I think that's on ITV2, ITV4. That's the only televised game in England, really, which is mad. But yeah, it's sad state of affairs. And anyway, it's not just Liverpool. It's probably, as you alluded to, it's a lot of teams' atmospheres.
It's not even that. I went to the City game at home last season. I paid hospitality. Paid 360 quid to go watch that game.
That's what the club wants from every fan. If they had it their way, not just Liverpool club owners, but every Premier League owner, that's what they'd love. The premium, really. Yeah. Like, what was your experience with that, mate? Was it special?
No, do you know what? It was so bad. So we paid 360 each to go for the City game. I think we went, is it the Sandown? We went to I'm sure it was there. Yeah. And you go upstairs and they've got like a restaurant little thing, just a massive room. There's loads of people there. The food was tragic. You get, what you get? You get a book.
Because I used to do quite a lot of hospitality work as well a couple of years ago.
If it wasn't City, I wouldn't recommend doing it. I just think you're basically paying £360 for the match ticket because you could have skipped the thing before and just gone straight to the ground and watched the game. But we did it because it was City. We were going for the league. Don't get me wrong, it was a good game to go and watch, but I just think the price of it is just mad.
I was in the Carlsberg dugout a few seasons ago for Chelsea. And I thought that was great. I mean, we were sitting inside and we were meeting people like Samuel L. Jackson and your man Daniel Craig was in there and all this kind of stuff. But it was open, and the great thing about it is that they had stalls of all different foods of the world. And like the food was tasty enough, so we just went along. I thought that was nice. I didn't want to do the whole restaurant thing because I just found it a bit blasé, but we went to the Carlsberg dugout, all right. And we were right in the line of the main stand. And we could see everything, but it was these prices they're ridiculous. But the good thing about it is that from the start of the game when you get in there, they just put out plastic cups full of Carlsberg, and when you come out at half time they just fill the shelves again and you just keep taking them. So
surprised you didn't fall out your dugouts. Your area, both of you, after a couple of bevies.
Don't worry about me.
Leave heavy.
No, it's like my mum didn't even drink, but she still had beer on her tit, if you know what I mean. So that's where I come from. But with regards to ticket prices for the ferries over, like some of the times I've priced them, they're 400 odd euros, 500 odd euros from Marcus there just to go across and back, and it's cheaper to get the flight. You know, most of the time you're looking at up around the 300 mark for the flight, and then when you're there, you're still looking at money for the hotel stay and this kind of stuff, which you don't mind really, but I'd rather instead of staying in these fancy nice hotels and stuff, I'd rather stay in like a place above a pub or something like that, and
You can
just have
stay
a
in my
crack
back garden
downstairs.
if you want. You
Yeah.
want that?
That's the kind of I'd go and I'd stay above Ladigans or something like that, and that's what I prefer to do. Or drive, like my goal, and this is what me and the wife said, even it's her goal, like she'd be well up for it. My goal is to be able to get as many away tickets for Europe as possible and just drive there with a camper van. That's what we said we were going to do. Like I just get a big RV and then take the family down as a holiday at the same time, and hopefully Liverpool are away for in the same countries next to each other, like 2 weeks in a row or something, and we can just stay in one country, drive to the next, and have a crack, for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then come home. That'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously big up Aben saying cheese. Luke, nice one, Luke. If you're still watching, appreciate it, mate, as always. Can go higher. Well, yeah, Spider, what's your friend? I'll ask Ricky this as well. Your favourite karaoke one? He's a professional singer as well, by the way, Joe.
Yeah, you see, this karaoke. It's been always I did karaoke, and I lived and breathed karaoke.
I bet you hate karaoke being a singer as your job.
No, I don't mind, because that's why I started off, and I would never say that because I started in karaoke, and I would still go in there on a Monday night to sing. But there's a couple of times I've been in there these days since I have gotten as good as I have done with the band.
What's your favourite karaoke song?
And you kind of get your nose trying to boy, this fella in here, no slumming it with us, and I'm just kind of like, no, man, I'm just enjoying the song, And I used to get drunk with these people every week, but anyway, the karaoke songs they would always put on the same ones for me, going down through the years, and I don't know why. They just love me singing them, and it was either what's your man's name, Richard Marx. I'll be here waiting. Is that one? Wherever you go. Whatever you... So they put that on for me, and then you'd have the
shake my head because I haven't got a bloody
sex on fire or something like that. They'd put on for me for the singing kind of things, a lot of stuff like that. But I mean, you come to one of my gigs and I'm sitting there screaming Led Zeppelin at the top of my lungs, and just like bantering out the stage, Even Kate Bush I sing on stage. That'll tell you.
So a bit of that, Luke, Mickey. Are you a bit of a Kate Bush fan or chat? Let us know your favourite karaoke.
Who's Kate Bush?
Huh? Running up the hill. Running up that hill.
I've probably heard the song. I've probably done any sings it. I've probably heard the song.
Kate Bush is "It's me, oh Kathy, oh close tonight." So
well before this time, I think.
This is go back to the 80s with that there, But it's Kate Bush is a massive singer from the 80s.
Chat, what
she's loopy looking. She was loopy.
Ricky's is defo Z cars, isn't it, Ricky?
Who?
Z cars for you.
How's that go, mate?
Actually, a funny story about Z cars. I was at Anfield for the poor kid got shot. Reese, is it? When he got killed in that thing, the young fella, and we went to get that game, and right, if you look up Z cars at Anfield, it was the only time the Z cars was played at Anfield.
Yeah, especially.
And just as you hits the 48-second mark and the camera swinging around, it's just me and Stevie in the middle of the thing, just like singing our heart out and tears in the eyes, clapping our hands and stuff like that in the middle of the cop. And that's the I've been on moments on TV loads of times, but that's the only one that I can always remember from the thing. But that was it was the only time Z cars was played at Anfield, and it was the only time I felt okay to do so. But other than that, yeah. Woodland House, that's it, yeah. Woodland House.
You're not bouncing the question. You're not doing a politician answer where you don't answer the question.
I'm not really a karaoke fan, to be fair. Like I've been to a few.
Lads, when you get about 10 pints down,
easy.
Yeah, no. I don't mind. On a karaoke night, you got people doing the 80s. I don't mind a bit of that, but yeah, I'm not really a karaoke fan, to be fair. Don't give me the mic. I can't do it.
Wait until we get a couple of bevies down you this weekend, lads. You're done.
I'm telling you, man. If I'm over there with you guys, straight down to Lanigan's, I'll call up to one of the lads to bring up because he plays there all the time, and we just get him to play shit for us all night. That'd be good crack.
Yeah, no, but we'll move on, chat. As I said, I'm shocking. You don't really want to be hearing my singing. You've heard it already over the last couple of years, so it's not the best. Any players back before the Everton game? Mark at the minute. Good question asked that, mate.
Sure is the only one.
We seen Virgil van Dijk with a little post on his Instagram today. don't know how accurate this is.
Oh wow.
On his Instagram, he's saying 93% recovered, but I don't know if that's like it's probably like a filter or something. I don't know.
That's
how
to do with his
accurate-
energy from sleeping and the day's
Yeah.
strain. That's what the app is. So it's showing that his body's back to good nick.
Yeah, no, so hopefully, as I said, hopefully Virgil's back. And as Chat already alluded to, and we spoke already tonight over the last couple of weeks, Jota, he's going to be so integral. If we can get him back full fitness, I think he'll be a massive asset for Liverpool, as we've seen over the previous seasons anyway. But I think there we go. Get the season ticket and sell them on for more. Yeah, it's a sad reality, Shay, but it happens, not just at Liverpool, but obviously a lot of the top clubs or just clubs in general. Sure, we can overcome.
That's your top reds right there, Jack.
Yeah,
Lads, I have the choice of the season ticket and then sell it on. Just for the money rather than sitting there bums on the seats and celebrating. That's the reason why your atmosphere is dead right there.
Yeah, probably 100%, mate. Like I heard people like when we were sharing it with Sean as well. Joe, when the season we won the league, people I get people with you who were selling on the ticket for the last game of the season, but that's a once in a lifetime moment potentially. But Joe, when we were winning and we were close, it was a Brighton game a couple of seasons back. Obviously, when we won it, we didn't have fans, but the year before, when City pipped us to that league as well. But I suppose each their own anyway. But it's sad. But yeah, that's obviously Ricky. That's in the hospitality. That is Jose. But you've seen from a lot of ticketing websites. That's why I said if everyone's been asking on the channel, just be very cautious when you're buying tickets online. The best way is possible is trying to get a membership. But we've said if people that have got a membership that pay Liverpool's website, and I'm pretty sure it has been brought up on countless occasions where fan support groups have had meetings with Liverpool, but the site worse than probably bloody BBC Sport. It's shocking. It crashes every single time, and then you miss out on tickets anyway. We need to get through the games as well. But yeah, if you're just have an next Monday show,
cut me in for that.
But yeah, love the passion of our beloved club, of our derby next Monday. Shout out to our players who give us so much joy. Big up Susan as well. As I said, I'm pretty sure everyone, not just in the ground, but everyone in the pubs, wherever you're watching. I know where is it? Jose, he's watching in, was it Vancouver? Jose's watching. Have I missed Jose's comments? Apologies. Oh no, it's coming up now anyway. But yeah, big up. It's madness. But yeah, big up. Ah, there it is, Jose. I live in Vancouver, obviously
British
Canada,
Columbia.
British Columbia. I'll take me a fortune to watch the game there. Well, Jose, as I said, if anyone's ever down, who needs, hopefully I'd love to meet up with you. As I say, put a face to the.
Are you talking about?
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. No. But,
oh man, I love Ryan Reynolds.
But yeah, big up Josie. As I said, regardless of wherever you're watching from around the globe, we all get behind the Reds anyway. But yeah, definitely not mine, Jose. Obviously, must be speaking about Ricky's. I reckon.
When I'm singing, dude, that's me talking. When I can't sing low, that's the difference with singing, lads. It's hard to get that. The difference with singers is that they try to sing when they're just talking. We sound exactly like the rest of you. But like you have to activate different parts of your throat to be able to sing. Is weird, man. Anyway,
yeah, Wuthering Heights,
useless information. Useless.
Go ahead, Jose. Valerie by the Zouzons. That's a good song. That's get Ricky singing that this weekend. Probably doesn't even. Yeah, please say you know that Valerie. Oh
yeah.
You know the Zouzons, Valerie.
Sometimes I go out by myself.
Yeah, of course I know that.
One.
They used to play it about 1 million times while I used to work on repeat.
Yeah, the cover from, was it Amy Winehouse?
Yeah,
from Valerie. What a singer Amy was. Sadly, she passed away. Big up, lads. Big up in Indian Scouts. An absolute legend, mate. Hope you're well. Good to see you in the chat, mate, as always. Is it all right, Jose? Would you say? Oh, there we go. You'd know better. I'm not even going to get Ricky. Ricky looked prepared there.
Good
like you said,
it's such a good accent.
But yeah. But Kev, I'll ask you. I know you've got a stream to do tonight, mate. Ask Ricky before.
First. Yeah.
For you and chat, let us know just your final
Mm.
closing points. For you, are you hoping the crowd just get behind and not just the crowd, but everyone, every Liverpool fan? Could this potentially be the turning point if we have a not a vicious atmosphere? What I'm hoping, because everyone knows last time Everton come to Anfield, it was absolutely destroyed the away end. And I'm hating this toxic rivalry. I get rivalry, like it's banter and all that, but when it crosses banter and becomes absolutely disgusting, I know a lot of amazing Everton fans as well in the city. It's amazing, but the sad portion, even Liverpool's fan base has got the absolute idiots. But
Well, you know who they are in the Everton fan base.
Yeah.
They're young fellas. They're under the age of 21. They've been roped in to become Everton fans by their grandparents and their parents, and they regret it. So they take it out on
the
the
too
stadium.
bitter. Like the too bitter.
Yeah,
And that goes from Liverpool
they're
and
bitter,
Everton
bitter
fans.
times 3. You know, they've been roped into being Everton fans. If they don't, to be disgraced, blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. You know, not many people switch if they've got such staunch fathers and mothers and grandparents as supporters, they just don't switch, and they hate the fact because they hate themselves then on top of it. So that's why they pull seats out.
Yeah. What would change atmosphere for you, do you reckon? Obviously, as Ricky alluded to, the results fundamentally, most importantly, that would help the atmosphere.
Just somebody kicking the crap out of somebody on the pitch. Get Bajcetic sliding in there. Get Milner, even if Milner's starting the game, get him sliding in there. You know, get somebody like that that's on for the first 15 minutes. Let Milner take a yellow card and bring on Trent later if you have to. I know you need Trent, but up forward. But if it's playing and not being as dominant as it was in the since we were like last season or the season before that, then play a game where we can counter-attack and the counter-attack is working for us. Because I've noticed in the last few weeks the counter-attack has been one of our best plies, if you want to do that, rather than, and the pressing game has come back up. I will give them that. I mean, we were the better side there in a couple of games and we lost, even though it's still a poor level for us. When I used to seem so poor, but we were still the better side in a couple of those games that we did lose. But then, you know, once we capitulate, The mistakes at the back have to stop. Please, Henderson, no air balls. Just like I'm worried about the start. I just again
spamming Hendo balls.
Yeah,
we all know them. I think it frustrates himself as well.
Yeah, I don't like. I would rather see him take a strike at the goal as hard as he possibly could, and the ricochet come back and actually fall in front of somebody, rather than looping it in there where 6'4" fellas can just knock it out so easily. It's just I'm fed up of it now at this stage. It worked a couple of times. It works when he does the whip ball across the box, you know, from the right hand side, and he's facing the opposite way, almost like Gerrard used to do. But these looping balls, man, they just even passing wise, it's annoying. But anyway, besides that, it's just. You want to see a bit of fight from the lads. You want to see a bit of grit. And then say no. If you put nervousness on in the game, in a game like this, and somebody has it, Klopp should spot this straight away and just make sure that they're not even on the pitch. Whip them off, do something. Just don't bring down the atmosphere of the team by having somebody in there that's just going to cause errors all the time. And
I think it's going to come down to where Klopp as well, though, lads, in it as well, in chat. I think Klopp has been on record this season speaking about, we see in Pep Guardiola speak about the atmosphere when they got beat? It was a couple of weeks ago. And he spoke probably the I don't know the way to put it, but the selfish nature from the City fans. I get City fans can be, but Pep basically a couple of weeks ago when they would get beaten or when they were drawn or getting beat at half time, he was like, how spoiled can you be? Like it's. I think I've been spoiled. All 3 of us have been spoiled. Everyone watching, we've been spoiled to watch Liverpool the last couple of seasons. But it's like we just need to get behind them. But yeah, 100% agree with you, Spider. Ricky, massive thank you for coming on, mate. Spider, as always. Obviously, Mark, can you please drop the lads' links in the comments as well? Obviously, hit them up on their socials. Ricky, when you next live with Luke? You'll be doing content when you're coming down, mate. You can use my facilities and that. So,
I want to say
you'll probably do it. Yeah, I get. Yeah, you and Luke will probably do a live outside the stadium or something over the next couple of days.
Potentially, I'm going to do a live review at the weekend. Just have a chat. We've done our preview for the Everton game. I think we'll do the review potentially after the game Monday, or we might leave it till Tuesday when we're both relaxed and not tired and whatnot. Or if we get smashed by Everton, we'll be doing it live straight after
Not
the
happening,
game.
lads. Think positive, lads.
Oh,
Like,
don't say it.
think-
Please don't say anybody we're going to get smashed by Everton. I just want to. I just
No,
want to see.
but-
I want to see nobody mentioning it for the week.
I think
Because
Everton-
obviously it's a jinx.
I don't think Everton have scored more goals than Wolves in this season.
Well, and Everton, as we know, we've conceded the same amount of goals, or probably more than Everton. I think. Is it the statistic that come out after the?
Yeah, I'm sure Wolves or Everton might have scored one more than Wolves this season now.
Mad.
But you know what Liverpool are like. We're the team to give goals away, so we help teams out.
Yeah. But hopefully, as I said, there's a little show about the atmosphere. Hopefully, the Reds can get behind all of us. As I said, if you're watching in the pub or if you're watching with your mates, just bloody sing your heart out. Channel this energy from around the globe into Anfield as well, and hopefully, the fans have a big kick up the backside, not pick and choose when to. Even me, if I'm going this season as well, I've been already. I tried to bet my best. That's why you see me in my post matches. I've got bloody no voice. That's why I'm my best. But one person and 20,000 when we're singing, not good enough. That capacity of that ground is 55,000. It's good enough. Should be even with the away section as well included, and that creating an amazing atmosphere. And as we've said, the night games are always usually technically more good. But as I said, Chas, a massive thank you to the lads on the panel, as always, and most importantly, everyone that is tuned in. Bloody Scouse, Mark, Panov, Tom, speaking of the devil, we'll be getting Tom on very soon as well for the build-up, and Eamons, every single one is as well. Jose, all the way from Canada as well, every single one is. Susan, all is, as I said, Indian Scouse, has been at Connor as well. Amazing support as always, everyone. As I said, we'll be live tomorrow. I'm going with the more regular 7 p.m. start on the night because it's a bit more easier for everyone. So as I said, everyone, if you are watching on the repeats earlier in the evening, the shows will be going live at 7. And obviously, if Liverpool are live throughout the week, obviously on Monday as well, we will be doing a live stream watch along on that game. But yeah, and we'll be doing a bit more content with Luke and Ricky when they come down. But lads and ladies as well, watching as well, have a lovely rest of your Monday night. And a massive thank you to the lads on the panel, Luke as well, from 1892 Reds TV as well. Really appreciate you tuning in. As always, big up the Reds. Let's get behind them. Hopefully the Reds will be getting back to winning ways. But those players need our support. They need everyone's support. But Reds, see us tomorrow at 7 for another episode. As I said, I think Connor's live tonight, chat as well from the Cop Council. So please do head over this evening. He's live at 9 p.m. for this show. So drop in, say hello, and drop a like on the stream as well. But Reds, enough of me, enough of us three. Appreciate it. You never walk alone. Ta-ra.